anniversary of Apollo Cancer Center. ACC holds the distinction of being the first private sector cancer hospital in India that has always been at the forefront, combining cutting-edge technology, experienced doctors, and highly dedicated staff, providing excellent health outcomes. Music and healing are closely intertwined. As is our tradition, we bring to you a soulful rendition of the Ganesh Vandana and invoke the Lord's blessing for auspicious beginnings. I request Mr. Sundaresan to lead us in our prayers for universal peace and happiness. Please join us and multiply manifold the power of collective prayers.
Morning. माता जाकी पार्वती का महादेवा जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती का महादेवा दयावन चार जारी माथे पर ललतो है उनकी सवारी पाँव चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े सेवा लड्डुवन का भोग लगे शंकर देवा जय गणेश देवा माता जाकी पार्वती का महादेव। Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was indeed divine. Light and brightness have always been equated with positivity, motivation, and good tidings. And good tidings it is as we inaugurate our beautiful new lobby on this important day. I request our respected chairman, Mr. Prita ma'am, Ms. Sunita ma'am, Ms. Sangeeta ma'am, Mr. Dinesh Madhavan, and Mr. Harshad Reddy to please come forward to light the traditional Kuttu Vilakku and declare the new lobby open for service. Dr. Ramesh and Dr. Raja to join, please. Number one in cancer care by Week magazine, not just once, but five times in a row. We've been named as the best. We've been named as the best oncology hospital in South Asia at the South Asia Pacific Healthcare Summit. And received the best hospital award by the CIIT and Medclave, the Indian Chamber of Commerce, the Southern Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the AHPI Award for Patient-Centric Care. We have been named as one of the finalists at the International Hospital Federation Awards in Lisbon, which shall be declared in October. It gives me immense pleasure and a sense of privilege to dedicate this program to the several thousand members of our strong Apollo family, delivering tender loving care 24/7 to our patients. May I request Dr. Ajit Pai, Senior Consultant, Surgical Oncology, to please step forward and deliver the welcome address to this wonderful gathering.
Good morning, namaste. Thank you. Beloved visionary founder, chairman of Apollo Hospital, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, esteemed vice chairperson, Preeta Reddy, managing director of Apollo Hospital, Sunita Reddy, joint managing director, Samita Reddy, president, Group Oncology and International, Dinesh Madhavan, and director of operations, Group Oncology International, a dynamic Mr. Harshad Reddy, Ms. Sheila Ketan, Chief Operative Officer, Apollo Cancer Center, my dear fellow colleagues and consultants, our cancer winners, dignitaries, Apollo family members, and everyone gathered here for this very special event. Namaste to each and all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you as we gather to celebrate a truly momentous occasion, the 30th anniversary of the Apollo Cancer Center, Chennai. As you all know, Apollo Cancer Center was the first private oncology setup in this country, unarguably the best over the decades, and the only one which has completed 30 years of relentless service. This is a remarkable milestone which deserves this magnificent celebration. Beyond this achievement, of course, is an incredible story of vision of Chairman Dr. Pratap Reddy and Dr. Ramesh Magada, perseverance, compassion, grit, endurance, and expertise. When Apollo Cancer Center first opened its doors in 1993, it started with an endeavor to deliver exceptional care in line with the best in the world and to prioritize the well-being of patients. As we reflect upon 3 decades of winning over cancer, a journey has been one of relentless dedication, compassion, unwavering commitment to excellence, and has been marked by several firsts in oncology which are too many to enumerate. And we have this beautiful hospital with unparalleled infrastructure to practice it in. Apollo Cancer has transformed into being India's first of its kind. Integrated Cancer Care Center, which is an end-to-end solution for every problem there is in cancer. It's of course a beacon of home and a lambent flame for several million cancer patients, families across the globe. However, in this endless pursuit of excellence, we have not wavered from a singular focus in keeping the patient at the center of our universe. Today we come to honor the legacy, along with our patients who make us what we are, our cancer winners, our committed and supportive leadership, all our doctors, nurses, and each and every one of our employees, without which we would not be here today. The future is very bright for Apollo Cancer as we keep walking. In the years to come, no doubt, we will push our boundaries while staying grounded in a goal to help patients win over cancer. Let us enjoy the special day as one big, beautiful family, celebrating the lives which have been transformed, each life living a little better and a lot longer, united by a mission and compassion. One might muse a 4th decade whether we have gone far enough. To this I would respond by quoting Thomas Stearns Eliot, who said, "Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go." Let us join together to go far beyond the known world for our patients, and for ourselves. Thank you for your presence and participation in this glorious moment in time. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Life is a process of evolution. We welcome Sangeeta ma'am amongst us. We are constantly striving for betterment in our services in a multitude of ways. Who would be better than our dear Dr. T. Raja, Director Medical Oncology, who has been with us since inception, to share his thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to stand in front of you to Apollo Cancer Hospital. Chairman and Dr. Ramesh had a meeting in 1992. And Dr. Ramesh said that, sir, we should start a separate cancer division. But then chairman said that we'll start a separate Apollo Cancer Hospital. That's how this 1993 Apollo Cancer Hospital came into being. When it first came, the original plan was to occupy the A block, one half of the building. Only 2 floors were the plan. Then it became 4 floors, and now we occupy the entire A blocks. The entire A block is ours. And now we have added this is the east wing of the A block. We have added the B block, and we have added the C block. Now the C block has been converted into a OPD block, and this is the Google satellite's view of our Apollo Cancer Hospital. That's the Mount Road, and that's the Senate Road, and that's the Ratnanagar Road. It looks magnificent. This is a close-up view. And if you look at the entire campus, there is more space to expand. But we have a built-up area of 250,000 square feet. It's a modest hospital. In comparison, the entire Tata Hospital is only 10 lakh square feet. So we are about 1/4 of the entire Tata Hospital. Memorial Sloan Kettering is 10 lakh square feet. So we are really 1/4 of the Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital, just by comparison. Not only in size, because of the hard work of so many years, our hospital started to gain recognition and reputation. We started to become the #1 cancer hospital in the country, and we are the #1 cancer hospital in the private setup in India. This is the Economic Times, and we have the Week magazine, and as was already mentioned, we have so many surveys listing as the #1 cancer hospital in the private setup in India. And this is the US Newsweek magazine ranking last year, and we are the only private cancer hospital to be ranked in the US Best Hospital rank. So all this came by the hard work of so many wonderful doctors, amazing nurses, and Ms. Sheila Kaitan and their amazing executive team, all the staff that includes our housekeeping, security, food and beverages, and also by several of our past unit heads. Mr. Prabhakar is here, and Satyanarayan Reddy is here. All of them have contributed to reach what we are here, actually. But then something else happened. We became the model for number of cancer hospitals in the country. 15 Apollo cancer hospitals in the country. Our small hospital slowly became part of and became the symbol of the Apollo oncology in the entire country. And Apollo oncology today occupies the 10% plus of the entire oncology in the private sector in India. So we have become we are not only Apollo Oncology, now we can say that we are Indian Oncology. But then, anybody would have been very happy. But when we go to chairman and tell him, sir, we have gotten so many ranks and so on and so forth. So you would know what exactly he will say. He will say that these words, you are all wonderful people, you are all doing wonderful work. But then, how can we become better than this? How can we become...
You have to keep on trying.
I'm sure he will say, we should become among the top 10 in the world. That's how the first year he will say. The next year he will say, we must become the number 1 in the world.
But you must have that determination. I need to be the best. I need to get my goals done.
That's what he says. You need to have the determination. But then the challenge is, how do we become a part of the world oncology?
You have to keep on.
You have to keep on trying. That's what he says. Number of technologies have already come and set in. They're already there. They're already established. We need to catch up. This is the artificial intelligence in diagnostic radiology. Now, this is already making a revolution in accurate diagnosis, early diagnosis, screening, and we have the artificial intelligence in pathology, diagnostic pathology, digital pathology, and we have the artificial intelligence in precision oncology, trying to decipher the entire genomics and how do we treat the patient. And we have the artificial intelligence in image-guided radiotherapy. And we have augmented virtual reality surgeries already happening. And imagine seeing a blood vessel in that close-up when you're operating, how comfortable. We need to catch up with all these things. Not only this, there are so many wonderful ideas. For the past 2 days, we have been seeing the WhatsApp clinical trials, research, improving our academics. There are so many ways to become part of the world oncology. But I think I'll just quote, Khalil Gibran. A river tries to enter the sea. It's at least at the beginning it was very fearful. It's hesitant. It thinks that what will I do when I join a sea? What will happen to me? It's such a mighty thing. But then Khalil Gibran says that you need to overcome the fear. The river joins the sea, and that becomes the sea, and that becomes the ocean. Chairman will say that you should join the world oncology, and you should become world oncology. I think that's what he will say. And this is our proud hospital. I've completed 28 years in this hospital. I must thank Dr. Ramesh sir for taking me into this hospital. I must thank Chairman for giving me the opportunity to become a consultant. I must thank Madam Preeta Reddy, Madam Sangeeta Reddy, and Sunita Reddy, and Harshad Reddy, and the leadership, Dinesh Madhavan. Everyone is leading this hospital into entire Apollo Oncology into higher heights. And I thank all our patients. We are fortunate to have our patient, opportunity to serve our patient. And thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Really proud of your commitment. Of great pride to us that Mr. Harshad Reddy has been the recipient of the Young Generation Entrepreneur of the Year at the Times Business Awards. I request Mr. Harshad, the torchbearer of the future, to please address us on the occasion of our 30th anniversary.
Namaste to all my beloved colleagues in the ACC family. Over the last 3 decades, we have done that and gone beyond, sir. We have completed over 4,000 bone marrow transplants. We have been pioneers in bringing CAR T-cell therapy to clinical use. We have treated over 1,000 patients on proton therapy from 40 different countries. And most importantly, we now have 400 reputed oncologists in our family who are waging this war against cancer. Sir, there's so many records, but a lot more to do. Whilst we continue to invest in technology and the upgradation of our infrastructure, we at the Apollo Cancer Centers, I repeat, we at the Apollo Cancer Centers will rededicate ourselves towards putting a smile on the face of every single patient and their family members. That, I believe, is the most important. It's my privilege and an absolute honor to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful family. I wish everyone the very best, and I look forward to achieving a lot more together. God bless.
Please request you to please stay on stage. We would like you to. As part of the ongoing celebrations, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our external partners who have been an important part of this journey. 30th anniversary celebrations at the oldest and busiest center under the ACC umbrella is a momentous occasion to recognize our technology and value-driven partners. India's first cyberknife services for treatment of cancers was launched at this facility, and we have recently acquired the latest cyberknife, CK-S7 from Accuray. I would like to invite Mr. Manish Desai, General Manager, India and Senior Regional Business Director, India and Middle East, Accuray, for felicitation. Times, we partnered with Mango Sciences to conceptualize a clinical program for ushering in value-based oncology across our network. As a result of this partnership, targeted therapy molecules for the treatment of lung and breast cancer are now available at ACC with a special emphasis on value. I invite Dr. Chitrang Shah, Chief Operation Officer, Mango Sciences, for the honors. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Mr. Dinesh Madhavan, a powerhouse of ideas and energy. I request Mr. Madhavan to please grace the stage and share his dream for ACC with all of us.
Namaste, respected Chairman, members of my beloved Apollo family. This very day and every day in the future is a commitment made to what Chairman started in 1993. The future of cancer care started then when he decided to make the difference, because there was not a single private hospital which could step up and meet the unmet needs of patients who were struggling between what was provided in the larger public sector. And that day started the foundation stone on what could be the redefining movement in cancer care. Thank you, Chairman, for doing that, for the millions who joined me today in saying namaste to you and being resilient in the battle against cancer. As you can see, the theme for today is Can Win. And we all can win because something that you did, and you seeded in a thought, starting with Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Raja, and the brilliant clinicians who are in this room. Your unwavering commitment and passion and your resilient nature to push us to do what it takes to win over cancer is what gets everybody going. We are fortunate that we have the best of technology, the best of minds, and a large network ably supported by some of the talented staff, be it nursing or technical, and over 1 million patients across 147 countries. When I woke up this morning, the first message I got in was 2 kids from Damascus called Aya and Asha, who had got treatment in Ahmedabad under the proficiency of a clinical team there in hemato-oncology. Both of them needed an hematological intervention, traveled across through crowdsourced funding supported by the government because of the one trust they had, the trust they had in Apollo Cancer Centers. And that trust emanates from the brilliant work which was started here way back in 1993. And that foundation, I think, set the pillars for the future and to create the larger infra of the number of cancer centers. I was with chairman yesterday on a discussion and he was asking, when would we inaugurate the 30th cancer center? And where are you today at? And I promised him that we'll try to do it. And what it takes to get it done is what chairman envisions what each one of us to do. And of course, Ms. Preeta, Ms. Sunita, Ms. Sangeeta, Ms. Shobna, and the board members who actually make sure that we get to that journey. Because what you're truly doing is, in a category of healthcare condition which is stigmatic, which is seen as fear, which is seen as darkness, you're the ray of hope. And that's what each one of you stand for today. And over 30 years, you have been redefining the future of cancer care. And I'm sure for the next 30, you'll do it if you have somebody who keeps egging you and pushing you on. And we're fortunate to have such supportive people amongst us, starting with the chairman and the promoters and the board members. I wish Sheila and her team all the best as we continue to support and enable her. And I believe when we saw all those awards which are put it, whether it's the Newsweek's US ranking, getting to see the only private hospital up there, they're the true testimony. They all might seem as hardware, but they're actually the true testimony of the faith bestowed on you, on those who have been resilient in the battle of cancer. Because the only hope they see is when they come into ACC is that I'm here and these people will make sure that I win over cancer. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of Sheila ma'am and the entire ACC team, we thank you for being a great mentor and a pillar of support for all of us. I request you we request all of you to relax and enjoy a scintillating video presentation showcasing this wonderful institution which has brought smiles and provided hope to so many. Thank you so much. That was really an amazing video. In line with Apollo Hospital's perennial endeavor to provide the best-in-class facilities, the latest surgical robot, Da Vinci Xi, was operationalized at our facility. We thank Intuitive Surgical team for continuing association and partnership with us. I request Mr. Dinesh Madhavan to please come on stage. I now request Mr. Mandeep Singh Kumar, Vice President and Country GM, Intuitive Surgical India, to please come on stage. I request you to felicitate. Siemens was instrumental in bringing our state-of-the-art digital PET CT, which has enhanced biometric services. I now request Mr. Hariharan Subramaniam, Managing Director of Siemens Healthcare Private Limited India, to please join us on stage. Thank you, sir. Request you to be seated. We at Apollo Cancer Centers are firmly committed to quality. As part of our continuous qualitative improvement, we rolled out a campaign named One Employee, One Kaizen at ACC. This collective effort resulted in over 1,000 quality initiatives which were implemented at our center. We are happy to share that this has contributed to the success of our organization's unwavering promise to provide excellent, tender, loving care and services to our patients. We take this opportunity to present a collection of Kaizen projects completed at Apollo Cancer Center. I invite our dynamic and innovative JMD, Sangeeta ma'am, to join us on stage. And I also invite Sheila ma'am to please request Sangeeta ma'am to release this unique collection. Thank you so much. Proud moment indeed for all of us. I request Sangeeta ma'am to please join us on stage and address us on this important occasion.
Respected and most beloved Chairman, inspiring and extremely talented doctors, and very loved and super capable Apollo team members. Namaste. And most importantly, the reason that we exist, all our patients and family members who are here listening to us today. It is with our hearts full of happiness, hope, and wishes for your health that we stand in front of you today. Today, as every day, is special because on this special day, every single day, we continue on a journey that we began 40 years ago for the overall Apollo and 30 years ago for this beautiful institution. And the vision was always the same: give the best healthcare to people. The passion was always the same: the Apollo family can do it. And the conviction was equally there that we will use partners, many of you here today, we will use technology, we will use anything that's required to make this happen. I'm not going to talk about all the things I really wanted to or could say on the future of cancer. Dr. Raja presented it. on the beauty of this institution. Dr. Ramesh embodies it, on the future and the hope that Apollo has. But I will say this one line the chairman inspired us to. He said it very, very simply, and that we can win over cancer. And with that conviction that we can win over cancer, that everything happens, every single thing happens with that conviction that we can win over cancer. So I will just say two things now to end. Number one is that the entire team, all of you who are here, I mean, there is such a power in what you do. And I want to do one special gesture, and that is to acknowledge Sheila, who I've known from the very, very beginning. And the reason I'm doing this is that I knew Sheila from 37 years ago when she was a beautiful receptionist standing behind a counter. And everybody loved to come to the counter. She would be in the Apollo main counter and this beautiful girl would be there. So whether it was the doctors who said good morning or the patients who went to her. So this, and with her conviction and patient centricity. So I'm saying this not just to thank Sheila for her great work, but to inspire each one of you. Every single one of you can do this and do beyond. So the thousands and thousands of Apollo family members, when you put your heart on patient care, everything is possible. So please do that. And on behalf of all of you, I have this especially from someone who has a great fondness for Sheila. So that was one important thing very close to my heart. Congratulations to all of you. These are steps towards that. So Dinesh, of course, Preetaka, who took this as her special, extra special baby, and others among many babies that you do. And Sunitaka, who continued to push it because she knew that the world needs this. But Chairman, I want to share this one story as I end, is that when this building was being planned, and Dr. Ramesh, he presented this, and Dr. Raja, everybody, Chairman said one very important thing. In those days, 30 years ago, whenever somebody in a movie, especially Telugu and Tamil movies, when they had cancer, the music will go moo like this, and everybody knows there's no chance of survival. And Chairman said, we have to change this. We have to help give them hope. We will build a beautiful place. We will have this, wonderful thing. Until the mindset changes of calling it cancer or oncology, we will call it specialty. So that's how this specialty hospital was born. And then you took that beautiful word of specialty and you said that word is too small for us. We will be super, super, super specialty. And that's what you all are. So congratulations, every one of you, in your journey to bring AI into oncology, to ensure precision medicine to every patient, to continue to add smiles and team's talent in every step of that journey. It will be my honor and my privilege to continue to smile by your side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next speaker is our pragmatic MD, Sunita ma'am, whose clear guidance helps us to grow and flourish.
Namaste, members of the Apollo family. It is truly a privilege to be with you, our beloved doctors, amazing doctors, our chairman, my sisters, Preeta, Sangeeta, and the next generation, Harshad, and of course, Sheila and her wonderful team. Sangeeta actually stole my script, so I don't have much to say. But let me start by, when I think of the origin of this special place, we did call it Apollo Specialty Hospitals, and that is because, like the Telugu movies, people feared cancer. So we didn't want to give it that name, Apollo Oncology or Apollo Cancer especially. It was, of course, a place where we knew there was hope for cure. But today I would like to congratulate our doctors, our nurses, and the wonderful team for converting fear to trust, because that's what you did. And with confidence, we could grow the oncology space. You know, I say space to describe the number of centers, the number of places where we've started oncology, and it all began here. So thank you, doctors, thank you, nurses, and thank you, team, for helping to create this nucleus of the Apollo Cancer Center. I think one of the reasons for success is that I see this continually at Apollo Cancer Center, that this team is always learning. You know, they're open to learning, and that is a very special blessing, because Chairman does that every day. He will continue to push us in what is new and what can we do with the future. And I see the research work that's being done. I see it implemented in the way that you treat patients. And I think, you know, from CAR T-cell to, you know, just having the best technology and being able to use it in patient care. I think these are values that we must never lose and are crucial for the DNA of the Apollo system, this culture of learning. And Sheila embodies it in the best way. I remember 20 years ago, she would come to our office and say, tell me what I can do to make this better. But Sheila, you made this an outstanding example of what we can do. So in one of our reviews a year ago, I have to tell you this incident. You might find it funny, but you know, as we were doing the review, I said, see, Sheila's doing such a great job with this center. Maybe as a business model, we must find a Gujarati housewife who gives warmth to the patient, who also knows to look at cost and deliver on the promise of value-based care. Sheila, you are a business model also. She is indeed a wonderful human being. So today we celebrate Sheila and her team along with the nurses and doctors. You know, I believe there's something special that happens here every day. And I think part of that is that God has made us instruments to heal other human beings. And there is no other way to express our gratitude to God for giving us this opportunity to serve. And I think that all of you, you know, you are part of this wonderful journey. Continue to feel blessed, because when you treat a patient and you help a human being, you're doing, you know, you're living that blessing every day. I want to end by saying that 50 years ago or 60 years ago, we never thought we'll use a cell phone to diagnose what's happening with a patient. We never thought of Zoom calls. We never thought of tumor boards. We never thought of scaling intellectual property like we do in what you do every day in terms of your tumor boards, etc. But we do that, and those days it would have been considered magic. So I leave you with this, you know, continue to create magic every day, because that is, for Chairman, nothing is impossible. And magic is not impossible in your hands. So I wish you the ability to create magic, to cross many milestones, and to do so with God's blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Request you to stay on stage now. Please request.
Did I forget something?
Yeah. On the 30th anniversary of our center, we wish to acknowledge the contribution of our previous GMs who laid the foundation for the Center of Hope. May I request Mr. Prabhakar, Mr. Satyanarayanan Reddy, and Mr. Natarajan to please join us on stage. I request Sunita ma'am to please felicitate them with a small token of our appreciation.
Sir, I just want to say 3 sentences. This institution taught me 3 things. One is basically the value of life. It taught me projects, one, when I came in from HR to projects. Then second thing, I learned operations here. The third thing, I saw life and the value of life. These are the 3 things I learned here. So thank you very much for giving me that.
Thank you, sir. I now request Preeta ma'am, whose mantra of tender loving care is embedded in the DNA of every employee at ACC, to kindly address this gathering with her valuable thoughts on her vision for oncology.
Namaste. Our chairman and my sisters who continue to inspire me and make the impossible always possible. Today, and the whole team here, our clinicians, the support staff, and of course Harshad and G3. When I was trying to say, what can I say about you all? You literally are the wind behind my sails. And then if I wake up in the morning and I say, do I have to do this? And I remember Dr. Raja would have said something, or Harshad would have said at 10 o'clock in the night that something is just not okay. And Sunita would probably say something needs to make sense. And then Sheila with a smiling face will say, we've got so much more to do. And then Dinesh will come and create one whole magic with numbers in the boardroom, because his deep domain knowledge is something which is incredible. So, and each one of you, are radiation oncologists, the wizards behind the robot, which you saw on the film, the ones who support us with all the technology, they're all here today. How does one say thank you? And after listening to what everybody said, I think you are an institution par excellence. There is no doubt about it. We started with one little building, and the way Dr. Raja portrayed it, I couldn't believe it myself. But that's because chairman never takes the word no. He thinks he's never, nothing is enough, and it's never for himself, because when we go and say, this is a lot to ask for, he says, you're not doing it for me or for you or for the board. You're doing it for the patients and their families. And I think that word, that mantra continues to really, it's ingrained so much in our DNA that we will continue to do what we have to do. But having said that, this whole journey of cancer sometimes is not a very easy journey. It is a journey where you say that, we just have to go after it. We have to do whatever we can do, because that life, each life matters. And there was like a whole bunch of data which you saw, which was 1 crore of screening, 40 lakhs of patients, 50 lakhs of diagnosis, 20 lakhs of chemo sessions, 30 lakhs of radiation, 3 lakhs of surgeries, 4,000 BMTs, and 400 fabulous clinicians. That's really what you've all created. That those 400 clinicians, or, I don't have a number on the nurses, but I know that the support team itself is about at least 3 to 4,000. So I think all of you are, in a way, an army, and here the general is not a human being, it's not any one of us, but it is the spirit which guides us. It is the spirit which guides us and says that we will win over cancer, because you don't do it for yourselves, you do it for the patients, for the trust which they portray in us. And frankly, you can't, this is a battle which you just have to win. You don't have an option. And that's why when Dr. Raja, spoke about CAR T cells, it seemed almost like an impossible dream for us to even think about it and do it. And in his own quiet, indomitable way, he's done it. Same thing when chairman said proton therapy is going to make a difference. It was 3 board meetings, and they were convinced. And frankly, all of us thought, oh my God, this is an impossible task. But Harshad gave you a number of 1,000 patients treated. And all this has happened only because of all of you. So to me, when I stand in front of you, my only feeling is a deep sense of gratitude and humility. While numbers will keep coming on the digital screens and they will be in your palms and you will read, point of care will shift, everything will happen. But it is the gratitude which we have and the humility which we deal with it, which truly is the mantra of TLC. So continue your journey, do it with care and do it with compassion. And you can do it because you all have the competence in you. You know, those 3 C's are something which is there in all your DNA. Chairman taught us as children that belief is power. You know, you believe and you'll get the power and you will do the right thing. So thank you, happy anniversary, and Sheila, thank you for really being the wind in my sail for sure, with everything which you and your team have done. God bless all of you. And we will continue the journey of cancer because it's a journey which we have to win. Thank you. God bless and congratulations.
Ma'am, I request you to please stay on stage and felicitate one of our dear doctors. I invite Dr. Tilakavati, Assistant MS, to please join us on stage. Dr. Tilaka has been with Apollo Hospital since 2000 in many roles which he has served with great dedication. We are grateful for her contribution and wish her all the best as she retires from service today. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would now like to share a small story with you. One windy March day, the mayor of a town decided to take a stroll across the park. He ran into a small boy who was flying the biggest and most beautiful kite he had ever seen. It soared so high and gently across the sky that the mayor was sure it could be seen in the next city. This little town didn't have very many things that were spectacular, so the mayor decided to award a key to the city to the one responsible for such a beautiful thing. "Who is responsible for flying this kite?" the mayor asked. "I am," said the little boy, holding on to the beautiful kite with all his might. He said, "I made this huge kite myself with my own hands. I painted all of the colorful pictures on it, and I fly it." "I am," said the wind. "It is my breeze that keeps it in the air, flying so big and beautiful. Unless I blow on it, it will not fly at all. I fly it." "Not so," claimed the kite's tail. "I make it sail and give it stability against the wind's blowing gusts. Without me, the kite would spin out of control, and not even the boy could save it from crashing to the earth. I fly the kite." So who flies the kite? They all do, don't they? In the day-to-day hustle and bustle of work, it is easy to forget that everyone flies the kite. Without the team, the leader would never be successful. Without a good leader, the team would fail. Both need each other. And each person on the team needs one another as well. They all fly it. And I'm proud to say that as an Apolloite, we are blessed with a truly visionary leader, our dear Chairman Sir, as well as a spectacular team. And as we look back in time, we wish to express our gratitude to Dr. Ramesh Nimmagadda, who envisioned the setting up of this dedicated Center for Oncology. We are truly indebted to you for your thoughtful contribution. Requesting Dr. Ramesh to please join us on stage. May I request Chairman Sir to please come on stage and felicitate Dr. Ramesh. Thank you so much, sir. We now present this lovely and delicious cake that symbolizes our commitment to teamwork and leadership and a great year filled with amazing achievements in this organization. I request our dear chairman, sir, Preeta ma'am, Sunita ma'am, Mr. Dinesh Madhavan, Mr. Harshad Reddy to do the honors by cutting this cake. Respected chairman, sir, I request you to please guide us with your words of wisdom. Request you to please speak and guide us with your words of wisdom, sir.
Wish you all a happy, happy anniversary. No, that's not enough. That's good. Now I join you. You are the first and you are the best. But I think we know that Apollo always believes in the family. So we are a family of 16, 17 hospitals. Dinesh the other day said, when we reach from 15 to 30, he said it will happen in a couple of years. In a couple of years, I think we'll make a significant impact. I must thank from ward boy to the supporting staff, to the nurses, and our brilliant doctors who have made this all possible. Give them all a big hand. Now people will believe us. 40 years ago, when I tried to bring in this type of facilities to our country, nobody believed, including our Prime Minister. They just looked at, I said, only a few people can afford to go abroad. How many more are going to suffer and die? It took time. But they understood, but now they believe that whatever they have done that time have made a significant impact on the nation. Last year, a year ago, when we met the Prime Minister, he said, whatever Apollo is doing, it is doing the nation a big honor. That is to all of you. This is how we began. Whatever we begin, we continuously say we need to do better and the best. And that best has no qualification, because then comes the very best and outstanding. All of this can happen because you got it in your spirit now saying, we can do, we can win. And we all believe that you can win? Yes, sir. You can win over cancer? Yes, sir. And I'll tell the end. That word can win must change. But I'm very happy. I must thank the tremendous amount of support that the managerial staff gave, my daughter, my grandson now, and the Dinesh Madhavan, Sheila, the previous managers who all made this all possible, and all others across the nation who are in our hospital, cancer hospital, who are doing marvelous things, things which makes people believe. So many of our patients from all over call me and tell me, I'm happy, Dr. Reddy, that your team have done this. They have given back life and happiness into our families. I still recollect about one and a half years ago, One day, person called me. He said, "My dad wants to die in Apollo. He wants to come to Apollo." So I said, "I'll give you the line to your father." So I told him, I said, "You are not coming to die in Apollo. You are coming here to get care from Apollo." And the care is that he went back to his job with 2 emergencies he had. He had a heart attack. They saved him. And he had a gallbladder infection. They saved him from that and cured him of his original problem and made a significant impact. I thank all the doctors here and the supporting staff who have made this. I just mentioned one instance of a person who said, "I want to die in Apollo." Because even in that, they have faith in Apollo. That's why he said, reading institution, he said he wanted to come to Apollo. This is the wish that everybody has. Can I reach? And when I got here, seeing that Mauritius children, it's so touching, that you are able to touch the hearts of so many families across the nation and across the world. This is what I believe we can do, and we will be able to do. When I said, talked about the Prime Minister, we went to the Prime Minister and said, India can become global healthcare destination, and told him the various steps that need to be done. He said, "I agree with all of this," and my 4 daughters were there, and my wife said, "If it's a family, why can't I come?" So my secretary called, Prime Minister said, "Yes, of course, Mrs. Reddy also can come." So all of us went there as a family, representing the family. And he agreed, but then he said, "I would like to change this because India, 750 BC, Susruta invented medical technology and medicine." So he said, "We want to call it as Heal in India." So there's a cure in Apollo and wellness in these centers. So I think this is where we are proud that there is a recognition at the national and international level. When they showed the Newsweek and all of these, I think still they have not heard much about what really you all are. You've got that power within you saying, people have trusted us and come to us, I must live up to the trust of the patient. I think that is the most important thing. This is what I always enjoy, seeing each one of you, because you have done it. You have done whatever was thought impossible. So as I said, they mentioned frequently Dr. Ramesh. Dr. Ramesh said, "At least you must get a cobalt and put it behind that building." I listened to him. At least he put that thought, saying that we need a cancer facility. I know a number of people who have died, including my mother, with cancer. So I said we must do something about it. This is how we started, a little portion. 2 floors. We bought 2 floors on rental. Today, Sheila and Preeta, Dinesh, Arshad, I want to compliment all of you to have supported all of them to make this building quick. It brings back to me, I did my fellowship in cardiology in Mass General, in Harvard. So whenever I go there to US, I go back to see the institution. So every time I went, I recollect the map which Dr. Raja showed clearly, saying that you have a place you can grow in this building, and now you can take over all of this. This is what they've done. The whole street is there. It is today Mass General Hospital. So I'm sure you will all work towards that goal and make it all happen. For that to happen, each one of us must say, I've done very well, but I can do much more. I can do very much more. This is where I said when I compliment all of you and the entire, the other people who are supporting us, the inventors, the medical suppliers who are giving us the best technology. We have never bought second best technology. The first one was the Linux that we bought here. It's the same. Same, for example, in Chennai, we bought the first whole body CT scan. Today there are about a couple of thousand CT scans in the country. We bought the first MRI, and there are a few hundred MRIs in the country. In here, we bought the CyberKnife. Today there are, 30 CyberKnives? But today we have brought in the other technology, newer technology in CyberKnife. So this is all for what? Not for pride for us. It is because the people love us. People trust us that if I go to Apollo, I will get well. So this is where I think what was considered as a death sentence, like that man said, I want to die in Apollo. So he got back well, and he's doing extraordinarily his work. I don't want to mention his name, but that's the type of thing, care, compassion that you all give. and make a significant impact in everybody's lives. So I can say many things to say how to appreciate each one of you for the great work that you all have done. Because but for you, none of the technology that we bought, what state-of-the-art technology and everything that is possible. And but for the wonderful clinicians that we have, the supporting nurses and the staff that we have, who are able to deliver that care. And Dr. Raja called me that day that, CAR T cells. We have already done the clinical trial. We are going to do a new one case. Already has finished the third case, I think. So I think this is where it is. The world will look at us and say, hey, where is this Apollo? This is what I think we're going to show the world, that you can win over the disease. You can win over. But I said, you used this word here. I'll close with that saying, you can say, I can win. I hope one of these days, one of these anniversaries, you will all come and say here, we have won the war on cancer. Thank you. I think with the same spirit, we must all work towards prevention, early diagnosis. I come from a village 100 miles from here called Aragonda. We adopted about 50,000 people. The last 2 years, there is no cancer there. 18 people have been diagnosed, 11 female, 7 men, all cured of their cancer because they detected it in stage 2, stage 3, whatever. So I think we need to promote what we call the first health checkup in the world was done by me in HM Hospital. In Apollo, we called it Apollo Health Check. Today, using artificial intelligence, you have seen what artificial digitization can do. But we now brought Pro Health. That should make a significant impact. I want each and every one of you, all have had your checkup. If you not have a Pro Health check, you must go tomorrow and say, you must have it. And you must tell your patients and their relatives too, to have a Pro Health check and prevent cancer. And then only you can say, I have won the war on cancer. You can, and you will win. Will you? Yes, sir. Not loud enough. Yes, you will win? Yes, God bless you. I love you all.
Request you to stay back on stage, sir. There are some very well-deserved awardees which we would like you to felicitate. We begin by felicitating Mr. Harshad Reddy, a young star who is the recipient of the Young Generation Entrepreneur of the Year at the Times Business Awards. We congratulate Mr. Harshad for his very crucial role at the helm of the ever-expanding network of hospitals. Felicitate Mr. Dinesh Madhavan, whose relentless and passionate work with a singular focus on assisting and providing the very best to our patients is amazing. Thank you, sir. We are blessed to have clinicians who are luminaries in their respective fields and are a beacon of knowledge for the future generations of doctors. I call upon Dr. Rishikesh Sarkar, Senior Consultant Neurosurgery, who received the Economic Times Neurosurgeon of the Year Award, to join us on stage. Oncology, who received the Economic Times Oncologist of the Year Award. Dr. Raja has been at the forefront of the latest developments in the ever-changing landscape of medical oncology. He's the driving force of new initiatives at our hospital, and it's amazing how successful he is in all these innovations. You're truly a star, sir. May I request for a standing ovation, please? It is a proud moment for all of us to receive your blessings today, and we owe it to you for reimagining cancer centers as centers of hope. As we reach the end of our program, I request Dr. Lakshmanan, Senior Consultant Hematology, to come to the podium and propose the vote of thanks.
Namaste, everyone. Respected beloved Chairman, esteemed Vice Chairperson, Managing Director, Joint Managing Director, President and Director, Group Oncology and International, Cancer Winners, colleagues from Apollo Cancer Center, and other Apollo family members. It is with immense pleasure and pride that I stand before you today to deliver the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion, a celebration of 3 decades of excellence in cancer care. This incredible journey would not have been possible without the visionary of beloved Chairman, which paved the way for Apollo to become synonymous and synchronous with excellence in healthcare. Sir, your vision has touched millions of lives, and we are forever indebted to you. Our Managing Director, Ms. Sunita Reddy, our Vice Chairperson, Ms. Dr. Preetha Reddy, has been the driving force behind Apollo Hospital's growth and innovation. Our CEO, Ms. Sheila Ketan, has been instrumental in bringing out the best in employees, ensuring that Apollo Cancer Center remains the forefront of cancer care. It is indeed very thoughtful of you, Madam, to recruit me, entering the 30th years of service, to give this vote of thanks. Thank you very much. Behind every success story, there is a selfless and dedicated team. I want to take this moment to acknowledge the exceptional and selfless team work that has been initiated in Apollo Cancer Center. As we look back at the past 30 years, we recognize that we have made significant strides in every form of field, including innovations. As we move forward, let us continue to work together hand in hand to bring hope, healing, and a good quality of life. Chairman, sir, this gene called TLC, tender loving care, is inbuilt in every one of us. It will never get mutated, and we carry this gene throughout generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. As we end, we were unable to play the video of our events which ran for the 30th anniversary. I would like the video to be played as we end the show, and we would request everyone to join us for lunch once they have seen the video. Thank you, Team Apollo, for a great show and an amazing year.